All right, let's get to the heart of BootEmAllOut. If you're a challenger and you're running against an entrenched incumbent who has all of the big money, the party behind him, he's got the interest groups behind him, he's got the unions, he's got the corporate money, how are you going to win? You're only going to win if a bunch of people decide they're going to contribute 5, 10, 25 bucks to your cause. That's what BootEmAllOut's really about, is helping the small Americans to get together and take little money and make big money out of it. So that's what we're going to talk about now, is how are you going to contribute to these candidates? There's a lot of different options for you to do so. The easiest place to start is with the contribute button. That's going to take you to find a candidate. You can know a candidate by name, you can search by state or party, you can say who are the candidates running in my zip code. And so let's do that. For example, let's take the candidates running in central Indiana. We're going to put in the zip code. We say search by zip codes. Here's the people running for state. Well, look at this. In the Senate, you've got Dan Coates. You got Brad Ellsworth as a Democrat. Coates used to be a senator. Ellsworth is currently a congressman. You got Jack Rooney, who's an independent. And then down here, you've got Rebecca St. Burris, who's a libertarian. Libertarian. Let's find out about her. Maybe she's never run for office. So what do we come up with here? We find the information on Rebecca. We know where she's from. We know that she got her degree from Indiana University. We know she's a business owner. She's a teacher. She's a member of the Libertarian Party. Not surprising, considering she's running on the Libertarian ticket. Boy, you know what? I think I want to contribute to Rebecca. Now, we're not making any recommendations here. We're just using her as an example because she, being a libertarian, is obviously an outsider, which is probably why you came here, to find the outside candidates who need your help. Once you click on Contribute To, it's going to pop up and say, how much do you want to contribute? You can drop in 5. The default is 25. You can go 5, 25, or you can go another amount. But we're going to take the default amount and say, I'm going to kick in 25 bucks to Rebecca. Now, you want to find other candidates? You click here, and you can go back and say, let me find other candidates that I want to contribute to. Go back to Find Your Candidates, and you know what? That guy, who is that guy? That Republican guy from Ohio, Bonnier, yeah, the head of that big. He is not. I'm not a real big fan of Bonnier. Well, look at this. Now, here's Jim Condit, Jr., Constitution Party, but a Democrat. You know what? Maybe it'd be good to replace a Republican with a Democrat who isn't in the House currently. So you can go here, and you can pull up information on him. He's from Ohio. He's got 2 kids. He's a lawyer. We won't hold him against him. Oh, he's a West Point grad. That's a good thing. He's an attorney, but he's a business owner. Works for Procter & Gamble. You know what? Guy seems like a pretty good guy. Now you got other options. You could add him to a list. You could go to the forums and see what people have to say. But you know what? I'm going to contribute to Justin as well. Although I'm only going to give him $5. So you say $5. And there you go. Now you got 2 options again. You can go find another candidate, or you can go to the checkout. If you click here, it'll take you to the checkout system. Now, I'm already logged in under my fake name, so you can't steal my name and information. But what you're going to do is you're going to go to the contribution. If you're not logged in, you're going to get a message that says, please log in before continuing to check out. So if you look up here in the right-hand corner, you'll see Welcome Back Randy M. And it says I have an option of logging out. I don't want to do that. And you'll see that I have 2 donations in my card. And if I'm somewhere else on the site, I can just click here and go to the checkout. But I'm already in the checkout. You know, Rebecca, good person, 25 bucks maybe, you know what, maybe I only want to give her $15. So you can change your amount on Rebecca and say $15. You're going to give $5 to the Democrat from Ohio. You got 20 bucks here. And all of this $20, that entire $20 is going to go to the candidate. $15 to Rebecca St. Burris. $5 is going to go to that candidate. The convenience charge covers our costs. Then, how do I want to pay? You go by credit card. You say complete checkout information. All of your information is pre-filled in here. By the way, this address doesn't really exist either, so don't spam me. And then you can say it's the same as the billing address. We carry the information down for you. Now, your employer information and your occupation has to be filled in. Federal government requires it, And so you're going to have to fill that in if you didn't when you set up your account. You fill in the credit card information down here. You go down here and you check that these statements are true. You're 18 years old. The credit card you're using is not a corporation. You're not a government employee. You are a U.S. resident, and you are not a federal government contractor. And then you click proceed, and you can go right to the checkout. It'll ask for the confirmation information. We verify that what you've given us is legit, and you are checked out, and the donation within a week goes directly to the candidates that you wanted it to be. That's how you go through and make your contributions. You can bail out at any time. For example, like I said, I could go back to the checkout cart here, and I could still go back in and say, oh, you know what, I do a little more research. This guy, I'm going to give him $50. And you'll see that the amount changes. So you always have the ability right here, go back here, and you say, you know what, I don't want to give him anything. You'll see how flexible the system is. So don't be afraid as you move through to say, add this candidate, because I want to go ahead and delete them before you make your final decision. So it's a good way to track your candidates. You always have control. One more way to make a contribution, you go to America's Top 5. Here's a list here, and you say the 5 longest running Senate members up for House and Senate members up for re-election. And this person says, you know what? If I click here, he says, these are 5 candidates. I don't care who you belong to. They need to be booted out. So you can dislike this list. You can say, I don't like what this guy has to say. You can say, I like this list. You can create your own America's Top 5 list, or you can contribute to these candidates. But you also have the ability to contribute against these candidates, as this gentleman suggests. Hey, you know what? Charles Rangel has been in there long enough. Fortney Peak Stark is the gentleman who said that the federal government can do pretty much anything it wants to. If you're someone who disagrees with that statement, then you know what? Click on Mr. Stark's name, see who's running against him. Forrest Baker, the Republican. You can go down to Mr. Baker's profile here. You can learn about him, and you can say, I am going to send Mr. Baker $25 because I think Mr. Stark needs to go. You know what? I don't like people named Baker. No, I'm just kidding. But if for any reason you want to go, gone, and your cart is empty. You have no contributions in your cart, and you'll see that up here. So we've made this as simple as possible. Enjoy using BootEmAllOut. We appreciate you checking us out, and if you got any questions, you can just send an email to contact us at BootEmAllOut.com.